Hello YouTube viewers, thank you for tuning into my channel today, and today I want to share with you how to make bread pudding at my style, and it's going to be really delicious. So if you want to try it, it's very easy. It's a lot of ingredients, or it looks like it's a lot of ingredients, but it's really pretty easy. So I'm going to bring you over first so that you can see all the ingredients that I am using, and this is actually two steps. One is the preparation of the bread, and the other step is going over to the stove and preparing a sauce that goes on top of the bread pudding after it's cold out of the oven. And I'm going to show you one that I already made. Because I don't edit and you won't be able to see what comes out of the oven, it's the same thing. So I am sharing this with you. I'm going to share it up close, and I'll bring the camera over so that you can see. So you are going to get any bread of your choice. I like French bread, and you can make the entire bag of bread. So I'm using French bread and I'm shredding it just like this. I've already done that. I shredded the bread. The next step that you're going to do is you're going to pour 3 eggs in the bread, and you're going to mix it. You're going to mix it. Then you're going to take a can of coconut milk, and you're going to do everything in these steps in this order that I'm telling you. So you're going to have the coconut milk, and then you're going to have here a cup of melted margarine. You're going to have 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of salt, a can of carnation milk, evaporated, and then you're going to have 3 cups of milk, regular whole milk. Then you're going to have 1 cup of white granulated sugar. Raisins is optional, and I'm only incorporating 1 in here, but you can use 2 if you want to, the 2 boxes, or 3. If you like raisins, you can put more, but I'm just using 1 because I'm not a raisin lover, but it goes with the recipe. And then we're going to just sprinkle some cinnamon powder, some. And if you like cinnamon, you want to sprinkle a little more than what I do when you see it, then you can sprinkle a little more. Now this is the way it's going to come out. And I already made 2 pans of this. This whole bread mixture here makes 2 large pans, which are these 2. And they are already buttered. So you can serve a lot of people just from this portion. And this is the way it looks. I love it. You won't regret it if you try it. So why don't we go with the first step? I will place the camera where it was and just watch. Okay. So the first thing is, like I said, you're going to have your shredded bread, right? Then you're going to add the 3 eggs that I showed you. You want to break them up. And then just pour them in there. Just like that. And everything that you pour in here after each thing, you just keep on mixing. Just like that. Okay, then you're going to take your can of coconut. You're going to shake it, and I've already cleaned it here because I always clean my cans, but you're going to shake this. And you're going to pour the entire can inside of this bowl. And you're going to have a mash like that. So you're just going to keep mixing this and mashing it, just letting it all soak together. after that, you will take your 3 eggs. I'm sorry, that was the 3 eggs. The butter. Remember that I told you? A cup of butter here, a whole stick. So this is all going in here. And you're going to mix and mix and mix. Just like that. Then you're going to take your teaspoon of vanilla extract. And you're going to take a teaspoon of salt and sprinkle it in there. And you want to keep mashing. Okay. Then after this, you're going to take your carnation milk, shake it just like we did with the coconut milk. And I cleaned it on the top. I always do that. If you don't find carnation milk, there is another milk that you can use, which is this one here. Evaporated milk. It's a Price Chopper brand, but it's the same thing. You can use that. Then, where were we? Okay, so carnation milk. You're going to pour it all in there. Okay. And you're going to mix and mix and mix. Just like this. I'm pretty sure you can see from there. Okay. So once you do that, the next thing is the 3 cups of milk. So you have 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And you're going to mix again, like I said. Okay. Then you're going to add your sugar. It's going to be 1 cup of granulated white sugar. And you're going to mix. And you won't regret it. I encourage you to try this. This is coconut bread pudding, and it's really good. I already went through a lot, eating a lot of it myself, which is not good. But I like to make this on Christmas so that I can, share with some people, with some friends. Okay, then after that, we have the raisins here. So, as I said, I'm only using 1 box. 1 box of raisins. You can use 2 if you want, if you're a raisin lover. So there goes the raisins. Okay, we're almost done. Now we want to sprinkle just a little bit of cinnamon powder. That's it. I don't want any more. So, if you like cinnamon powder or cinnamon, you can use more, but I'm just using that little sprinkle that you saw. So now that I've mixed everything up here, I'm going to take this over to my 2 buttered pans that are on top of the stove right now. Okay. Okay, now that I got all that mixed, I will also take you over so this is what it looks like. And when it's all done, it's going to look like this, and it'll be delicious. So why don't we carry this over to the stove? And my oven is already preheated. So I already did that so that we could save some time in the video. So you see these two pans? I'm going to pour this in here, and then I'm going to bake it at 350 for 1 hour. And the reason why I'm using two pans for this is because bread rises and you don't want it to overflow inside the oven. And it makes two great pans of bread pudding. And I'll show you this in a minute. You're not missing out on anything. Okay. Okay. So here we go. So now I'm going to place these inside of the oven. I'm going to have to put you here for a second. And I will be showing you. I'm going to do here. So there they go. They are in the oven. You don't need to cover with aluminum foil or anything like that. Then we're going to set this up to 350 for 1 hour. And just leave it there. Now the second step is making the sauce. Now the sauce here, for that you are going to need heavy cream. Okay, so I wrote out the amounts there. You see, you're going to use half a stick of margarine butter, which I've already melted just to save time. So we are going to pour this into this pot, and we are going to turn it on here. Okay, so that's in there. The next thing is going to be the half a cup of heavy cream. Okay, so we have the heavy cream here, and we have the half a cup. So I'm going to pour this in here. Half a cup of heavy cream. And that is going in there. Okay. The next thing is half a cup of brown sugar. Everything goes in there. And then half a cup of regular sugar. Okay. And you're going to mix that up. One more thing that you're going to add is a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So we're going to do that right now. Here's the vanilla extract. And it's going to be 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon. Okay. Now we are going to just mix this up and let it boil. I have it, let's see, I have it at a medium. That's fine. So we're going to let this boil, and what we're going to do is, once the bread pudding is done, once the hour is up and the bread pudding is done, you can pour this sauce on it. And it's really going to, this is what's going to make it nice and sweet and moist. So remember that. When it's out, then that's when you add this sauce to it. And you will not regret You will not regret making this bread pudding. Oh my God, I just love it. I'm glad that I don't make it all year long, because I can't be making this all year long. I'll be eating and eating bread pudding. But this is really delicious. So we are going to let it boil a little bit. And I'm going to taste some of this, even though I've already eaten some, but just so that you can see, I'm going to eat this piece right here. Okay, now this piece doesn't show any raisins, but there are raisins in there. It's just that I didn't use a lot of raisins. I don't like raisins too much, but they do go good in the recipe because they give it a good taste. So this is the bread pudding, and I am going to show you that I love this. I love it. I love it. Please try it. Please try it, because you will not regret it. And then let me know how it turns out. This is it. You see, it's boiling. So being that we still have some way to go for the bread pudding to be done, we're going to set this aside, turn your stove off, and we'll just leave this here. So you already know what the bread pudding is going to look like. And that 1 hour is just going to do it. You don't have to do any more time with it. So once it's done and you remove it from the oven, you will pour this on top of your bread pudding. And don't eat it warm. It has to go into the refrigerator. You're going to leave it in the refrigerator at least 3 hours. You want to eat it cold, okay? So this is it. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.